Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I am going to watch the Atlanta Braves win the World Series tonight, and I'm going to have a Boston butt while I do it, and probably a couple of glasses of wine. I'm kind of looking forward to it. I really hope that the Braves can win it tonight. Otherwise, they won't. If they do win, they'll have to win not even at their own stadium. So I'm hoping that it happens tonight. Now, Mr. B had a good tweet this morning. Hey, Coinbase, we're going to need those 30 million Songbird tokens. And so I retweeted this, and I said yes to their support and all. Must say I have a lot of people who are asking me what they should do if you don't release their Songbird tokens. This should be addressed. People are getting very angry. This is true, Coinbase. I hope you're listening, because, you know, I've seen the snapshots where Coinbase is going to receive the Songbird tokens from what I've seen. So this is I can't believe that a company, especially a public company, won't even answer publicly what their intention is with these Songbird tokens. I haven't seen anything, but I can tell you this: there are people out there that are getting really, really mad about this. If I was running a company, I'd be paying attention. Okay. Found a great clip. This is, you've seen this first part of the clip with Joseph Lubin, the co-founder of Ethereum. But then the clip I put it on the end of it is Steven Narioff, he's the guy before they did the ICO. He's the guy that helped with the legal part of things. Listen to Joseph Lubin and then listen to what Steven says.
It started out quite decentralized. It was in a context in which there were nobody had heard the term ICO. It wasn't an ICO. We called it a token launch.
I've been very fortunate because the first ICO that I was involved in was Ethereum, and I was charged with coming up with a legal structure for the Ether crowd sale.
See, the problem there is that Steven is telling the truth in this clip, and Joseph Lubin is more into creating his own realities. That's what he thinks you're able to do in life. You just create your own reality just by changing wording and stuff like that. So, just bizarro. Now, here's what I did this morning, and I think that this is a pretty important thing. I did an update, and I copied just about every Congress person that I could find on this. I did an update to our, you'll see here, update for Congress, the Bill Hinman Ethereum Free Pass timeline with some important added dates in red. And I wanted to show you those dates that I added. What I did is I added the dates in the midst of all of this, Ripple was getting sued. Well, first, September 8th, 2017, R3 sues Ripple. Then, and then you can see here, there's meetings like Consensus announces the Brooklyn project. Then December 13th, 2017, SEC meets with Consensus. We know Joseph Lubin also met with them in December, may have been the same. And then here on December 15th, all of a sudden, I guess, and then Ripple on December 15th announces that they're the 55 billion XRP escrow lockup. And I remember this because this is one of the few pieces of news that caused the price to spike. Okay, well, just the very next month is when Jay Clayton goes in motion with the help of Andreessen Horowitz to begin working on the safe harbor that eventually becomes the Hinman speech. Okay, then on May, so here, if you look here, April 23rd, 2018, SEC meets with Consensus. And then on May 3rd, Taylor Copeland Law Firm files lawsuit on behalf of Ryan Coffey against Ripple. So while Consensus, I mean, I'm sure this is all a coincidence, but while Consensus and the SEC and all this is being hashed out to give Ethereum the free pass, it's like Ripple is being bogged down in lawsuits. It's like they're distracted here. Then May 10th, you'll see this is when Charles Gasparino did the coverage of the Brooklyn project, where Andrew Keys, I think, had been the guy that told him it was going to be SEC sanctioned. And then June 5th, right 3 days before the SEC meets with consensus again, Robbins Arroyo sues Ripple on behalf of Vladi Zakhanov. And then they meet on June 18th, and then a few days later, you have the Bill Hinman speech. And the Bill Hinman speech is on June 14th, 2018, and then the case, Ryan Coffey drops the case just a couple of months later, and R3 lawsuit gets settled just 2 or 3 months later as well, okay? So I put this timeline out, just wanted Congress to take a look at it, and then I also added this classic video, which it's always worth seeing again.
And if you mentioned Jamie Dimon, so let's bring it back to Jamie and JP Morgan. What do you think is going to be the thing that they will have to change the most or lose market share and somebody else is going to do better, faster, serve their clients better than JP Morgan or Goldman Sachs can?
You can just hear the bankers panicking right now.
But what
just
what
feel
line,
the panic in their voices.
What's the line
but here's
of business that is most
well. Here's what always happens. The first thing that happens is they try to go, oh, it's nothing, and they did that. I mean, that's with every new industry, every new technology comes along. The powers that be, the incumbents, the status quo, all say it's nothing. Don't ignore the man behind the curtain. This is nothing. And then all of a sudden it's too big to get in there. They're going, oh my God, I got to face this thing. And then they all line up and they wrap their arms together and they say, we're not letting this happen. And then it keeps going. And then they say, okay, well, let's sue them. Or let's go get the government.
There's another thing they do. They adopt the technology. I think.
No, that's at the end.
They will adopt this technology.
No, this is the last thing they do. No,
yeah, it's like
it's after the press planning. They plant the press stories. They put out lawsuits. They create as much of a fuss as possible. They try to get their government friends involved. And then they go, oh, God, this thing's happened.
So any of you congressmen out there watching this, you ought to watch this video first and then go look at the timeline. It's more fun that way. Okay, Digital Perspectives put this out. Here's a little clip from Vitalik Buterin, and listen to this.
Right now, a Bitcoin transaction costs 5 cents, which is fine right now because PayPal's fees are even stupider. But,
it's kind of expensive, right?
The internet of money should not cost 5 cents a transaction. It's kind of absurd.
Now,
right?
This is classic because Digital Perspectives put this up, which is showing you the Ethereum transaction for the gas fees right now. So, what's going on, folks, with what we're being sold with the SEC Ethereum free pass and all this, what's going on is a complete joke because you've got they've got what the United States has here is the best technology, which is XRP. They've got it sidelined while this joke called Ethereum continues on. And not only have we shown you how this all happened, but we have these guys talking about how we've got Joseph Lubin talking about how he's trying to help whales disguise their purchases, and nobody's doing anything about it. We've got there's a woman at Andreessen and Horowitz, Katie Hawn, who was in the U.S. Department of Justice, was a U.S. attorney, and Andreessen and Horowitz all big pro Ethereum. Are they saying anything about those kind of clips? No, they're not saying a word, which is why we're going to keep the clips out there because they owe people a word. All right. Then you got this from Ripple, Stephen Narioff. This is that same guy that was early legal guy at Ethereum.
So that we got a law firm, a really prominent law firm, to give us an opinion that was a kosher transaction. Right? They worked very diligently to make sure over many months that there were other countries that were looking for laws So they could move they wanted to move very fast and capture this technology and capture the industry. Switzerland was one of those. And so the Swiss legal framework folks needed some legal precedent in other country. Frankly, there just wasn't any. There wasn't any. So what they were able to do was to take the opinion letter that I put together with the law firm and use that as a legal precedent. That's unusual.
All right. So that's it. The whole way that Ethereum came about is just bizarre. Now, I wanted to show you this. John Deaton said that he's got 84 senators have been reached and 200 representatives from crypto holders asking for an investigation of the SEC or simply supporting digital assets. Now, what he's referring to here is the awesome tool that John, his law firm website created right here. You need to go and use it. It is, you just fill out the information and it goes right to them. And if you look, while we're here, if you want to go sign up for John Deaton's class action lawsuit against the SEC, right here, it's the pinned tweet at John E. Deaton 1. You can go there and do that. Then John also just did a simple video that you guys can copy into Congress on this video. Watch this.
Let's say you did your research and invested in an asset you knew a lot about, owned by millions of people and billions of units trading on markets around the world, and you played by the rules as you knew them. But then one day, your investment was wiped out. This really happened to millions of ordinary people who invested in or built their business with the cryptocurrency XRP. But it wasn't because of a scam, or fraud, or market volatility. It was because of the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. The SEC claimed in a lawsuit that the XRP token is an unregistered investment in a company called Ripple that uses the token. Most XRP holders had never even heard of Ripple, so they looked into it. XRP holders discovered that SEC officials Jay Clayton and William Hinman both have financial ties to XRP's major competitor, Ethereum. In fact, in 2018, while he was still working for the government, Hinman gave a speech that was largely written by lobbyists declaring that Ethereum's cryptocurrency, Ether, is not a security. Ether's price skyrocketed, more than 600% since then. And Hinman? Well, he sat in his government office and collected $15 million from a law firm that promotes Ethereum. The same factors Hinman used to argue a free pass for Ether could better be applied to XRP. And yet when XRP users asked the SEC for regulatory clarity, they never got a straight answer. Instead, on his last day at the SEC, Jay Clayton filed suit against Ripple, causing the value of XRP to plummet, and with it, many investors' hopes. While XRP holders are waiting for a long court case to play out, Hinman is a senior partner with the billionaire Ethereum investors who helped write his speech. And Clayton is working for a hedge fund that made $1 billion bet on Bitcoin and Ether. The SEC shouldn't get to pick winners and losers, which is why tens of thousands of XRP holders have entered the lawsuit as friends of the court against the SEC. The outcome of this court case will influence the future of regulation for all cryptocurrencies in the United States. If the SEC wins, what happened to XRP could happen to every crypto coin. But even more troubling would be letting political appointees from any party have more control over your investments than you do yourself. Government regulators have to level the playing field, not unfairly tip the scale for their friends. For more information and to join the fight, visit Crypto Law at crypto-law.us. If the SEC is not going to protect us, then we have to stand up for ourselves.
That is the most excellent video I have seen in a while. Great job by John Deaton and his staff. I wasn't even going to play the whole thing, but I was watching it and I'm sitting there going, this is so good. I'm going to show you every single second of this. That is awesome. Okay, now Yesterday we covered this. This was Rosalind Layton, who every once in a while she writes a really good article on this whole saga in Forbes. Every time she writes an article, I can tell that she's putting little hidden diamonds, hidden gems, or little treasures that we need to just go and pick up. Well, I saw what she was saying in this, and so I spent a little time today. One of the hidden treasures in here is this guy that goes by the name of Joy Ito. You'll see his name, Joichi Ito, but they call him Joy Ito, okay, or Joey Ito. So this guy is mentioned in here more than once. So I went and found one of his videos. This is him. This is back July 5th, 2016. This is just a little clip I'll play for you just to kind of let you know. He was the guy running the MIT Media Lab. When Gary Gensler came, this guy was one of his colleagues there, okay?
Enough energy in that. So when the Bitcoin Foundation, which was funding a couple of the key core developers, started having issues, I first tried to collect a fund to fund those core developers so that they could stay neutral and go to any academic institution. For some reason, they all decided to come to MIT. So we're now funding the core developers, and we're funding, and we're not just on Bitcoin. So we're funding some of the core developers of Bitcoin. We have a lot of projects going on Ethereum. We're also looking at different consensus processes. We're trying to work on sandboxes. We're working with.
So I just wanted you to know. So now you know they were working on Bitcoin and Ethereum. Okay. But then I decided I would keep looking a little bit, and I did. So, like I said here, I've learned that there are always interesting clues from Rosalind Layton. Pay attention. Ethereum gets a free pass. Ripple gets sued. Jed McCaleb and Stellar are untouched. That can't be lost here, folks. Well, I just happened to be looking around this, okay? And then I said, Charles Gasparino, I think Joy, and here's his, this is his Twitter handle. I said, I think Joy Ito would be an excellent interview, and here's why. Well, these are the clips from Rosalind Layton's article. Many misread Gensler. His MIT perch conferred the appearance of an academic expertise on blockchain. It turns out there is little record of him writing or speaking about the technology until the school hired him in 2018. His few academic presentations were co-authored by the driving force of the school's crypto program, Media Lab Director Joy Ito. Gensler's MIT speeches and interviews were not about the substance of blockchain, but rather commentary curated to make him look like a policy expert. Not all is well at MIT, however. While Gensler is golden, Ito took the fall for revelations that the MIT Media Lab was financed in part by that person we don't talk about on this channel, and Leon Black, okay? Then there's this, folks. I just happened to be looking around and I saw this. Stellar's board. Look who, I don't know if he still is or had to resign or what, but look who was on Stellar's board. That would be Joy Ito. And then this is a tweet from July 31st of 2014. The secret Bitcoin project unveils. Surprise! It isn't more Bitcoin, and it's a Stellar blog that he's tweeting. Okay, are we getting the picture here? Then here's some tweets of his where he mentions Gary Gensler by name. Okay, so these guys were colleagues over there. All right, now. I had to show you this because it made me laugh today. From Notorious XRP. Ladies and gentlemen, join me on today Premiere Live full feature, Beware of the Creepy White Van. Now that's a reference to the SEC Creepy White Van. Stuart Alderati made a comment about how they tell you to come in and talk to them. You go in, and it's like a creepy white van. You go in, and all of a sudden they're investigating you. I thought it was hilarious. Well, I thought it was interesting that Stuart Alderati talks about the creepy white van the very day after. I think it was the day after, but anyway, we're talking about this guy that I don't name on this channel who helped fund the MIT lab, and that's why Joy Ito had to step down. and now all of a sudden we're talking about creepy white vans. So now I wanted to remind everybody, link to, I think they have some Ripple left, they got some Uphold left. This is private equity, so if you're accredited investors, and they're my sponsor, but I'm also a customer, go and check it out if you haven't, because typically this stuff depends on how much they add, but it's been going pretty freaking quick. So check it out, linqto.com. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family that there is Ripple equity on the platform.